I say, what's wrong with that big girl? What's wrong with that big girl? I say, what's wrong with her? Mwah, mwah. Good morning, everyone. Mwah. Good morning, everyone. We're going to do a quick live. Y'all know I can't be on long today. I just wanted to get on and do some morning coffee with you guys right quick. I'll wait for y'all to start getting the notification. Hey, Lucille. We was on late last night and we back up this morning. Hey, Joy Love Scott. Shout out to the moderators. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, little Miss Muffin. How you guys doing this morning? Miss Diane, Ramona, Sonia, True Aquarius. Oh yeah, last night's live was the bomb. Last night's live was off the chain. I enjoyed that live last night. I love it when we can have fun on lives. Hey Joseph, hey Kawana. How's everybody doing this morning? Hey Leo. Hey Miss Roberta. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come in. I enjoyed the show last night. Cypress is crazy. Yeah, Cypress crazy as a road lizard. Crazy as a road lizard. But we enjoyed last night's live though. I love lives like that. I love lives like that. Hey David. How is everybody doing this morning, y'all? I already had my coffee. I love that flavored coffee. I like that cream bouillet. And I love that Starbucks dark chocolate turtle flavored coffee. Oh my God. It is so good. I don't buy it a whole lot like I used to because that coffee for a small bag is almost $10. I'm like, dog. But the cream brulee is not. It's like $4. Tamo A said I tried to hang out last night but fell asleep. How is everybody doing on this morning? I wanted to get on just to talk. I was looking at, y'all know it's getting, really depressing when I get up and I start looking at what's going on in the news and things of that nature. It's sad, and it gets me to thinking about like what is going to have to happen for some of this crime to stop. I think about these young people, and I would have to say like a lot of these young people that's in their 20s and in their teens and stuff that's committing a lot of these heinous crimes. Like they don't have any like conscious about anything. They just extremely robotic. Like that generation, just extremely robotic. Like what's going to have to happen? And then I think about, kids that are that age and young adults that's that age. Their parents is like around my age, from like early to mid to late 40s or whatever. And, some might be their fathers and stuff might be in their early 50s. And you get to thinking, and I get to looking at like how some of these older people act. And then I go, these are the parents of a lot of these, this younger generation. What do they have to look up to? When you see a lot of older people acting a fool, violating people, and I know I talk about mental illness a lot, but I think sometimes because it's so many people now that is on meds, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't be, but I kind of see that hey Nakia, Hey Mika, I kind of see that people now using meds as a way to play the system. You know, I got to thinking about um when I was in boot camp the other day, and one of the officers, that we was out there working out with, was talking about on the deputy sheriff side, was talking about the young man that went into that shot into the news station, and he was talking about how he's doing just fine now, how he talking just as fine. He's sitting up talking about, oh man, I was off of my meds and this and that, how people are now, and I'm sure he need meds, but it's like now people use that as a crutch now because they know right from wrong. They definitely know right from wrong. It's talking about how Ezekiel now is, and somebody, Ezekiel was high. Somebody may have gave him a bad drug, how he's going to school and making good grades, going to school every day and does extremely well while in jail. So, but what is it going to take? We always looking, I noticed like with our community, okay? And I could say our community, what the thing that I noticed with our community and with other communities, and I pay very close attention because like with our community, it's like we're always looking on the outside. We outsource everything and we're always looking on the outside. And when people do that, it's oftentimes it's so that we can point blame when everything has to really start within, because we send the kids to school. We can send them to the babysitter, but it has to start at home. Even when I was growing up, and I know that was a different time and different era when my children was growing up, I didn't really let people keep my kids, right? But then I did have a support system. But if I ever had to allow like family, uh other than my mom or somebody, to keep my kids, my girls, I had already instilled in my girls, and I'm sure anybody had, most people do. You don't do this. You don't let nobody do that to you. My girls already knew at an early age that they could not be jumping on in different men laps. That's the basic stuff. That's the stuff that I was taught. I knew not to be, being fast. I knew to, when my girls had on dresses, they knew at an early age, at 4 years old, at 5 years old, when you got on the dress, you keep your legs and stuff closed. Like that stuff starts within, right? So I see people outsourcing stuff. Oh, well, they need to get on meds. Hell, kids been bad since the beginning of time. I ain't never seen nothing wrong with a good ass whooping. But instead, what happened? Because I got them. Because I would talk back in a minute. Now I got a sister. I never saw get a whooping. I always tease my mama about that all the time. I said, "Well, you sure never did whoop her." She said, "Well, she sure never did talk back," and she didn't. I always talk back and got a whooping. But I always got a whooping for it. I didn't go too far because I already knew that there was consequences. Like, I think these kids now, there are no consequences. They're being rewarded for everything. And then, like I was saying before, I have a friend that's a teacher. And I think I was talking about this before. He was saying that, when the parents will not answer the phone when the kids are doing wrong. At school, they don't know nothing about no report cards. If they asking, they're not going to come to no PTA meetings. They're not going to do anything. But if the child go home and say, the teacher picking on me, the teacher said something that I didn't like, the mama coming up there, okay, with her purple hair and her lace gown on, okay, with her house shoes on, and she ready to fight the teacher, and she done stripped all out of her clothes fighting the damn teacher and leaving titties and shit hanging. Excuse my French, because they done got the fighting and her clothes and stuff ripped off and ain't got no issue with it. And then I get on social media. Yeah, I fought all up out of my clothes. I whooped their asses and left them naked. I'm on social media. But you ain't trying to chastise your child for disrupting the class, not doing homework, being disrespectful to the teacher. None of that. Okay. Miss Diane said we had a time last night. Yes, Cypress, something else. Okay. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Oh, Lord Jesus. Girl. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. So what is it going? I got to thinking about that, as we see this crime and stuff going up. And I know, Ritalin, they started giving like kids Ritalin and stuff, that Adderall and all of that back in they started that back in the early 2000s. And they kind of targeted black mothers. They kind of targeted black mothers. Roberta said it was some wild moments last night. Y'all, hold on one second. Ooh, girl. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute, little girl. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Girl, you stink. Wait a minute, Juki. Hold on. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Jesus. What? Be still. Ooh, Lord. Move your hand. Oh, Lord have mercy. Girl. Oh, Jesus Christ. Woo, you stink. Move your hand. Move your hand. Last thing I need is that on your hand. Move your hand, Jukes. Move. Move your hand. Lord have mercy. Shoot. Lord have mercy. This is ridiculous. I need to put you in the tub. Hold on, y'all. Lord have mercy. Wait a minute, Juki. Lord have mercy. Wait a minute. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. I gotta clean your hands, girl. Wait a minute, Juki. Oh, child. Hold on, y'all. Oh, really? You getting a whooping? Okay, y'all, I'm back. Y'all, I'm really so jealous of the baby. It's ridiculous. Good morning, everybody. Everyone, truck got broken into. They stole 4 boxes of ground beef. Oh my. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yes, she did. It was at the Love truck stop in Memphis on Lamar. I don't know what's going. Like I said, it's sad. It's sad what is going on. Um, darn shame. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. And like I said, it's getting worse and worse because so many people on drugs, like they want those drugs and stuff so bad that they doing anything. Hey, Monica. They want them drugs and stuff so bad that they are doing anything for them. It ain't about living, because see, they sleeping in the bushes and stuff anyways. They sleeping all in the cars and stuff that they got. You know, the little cars, or they sleeping anywhere in empty houses. So people, they're not stealing to try and pay no bills or to try to take care of their kids. They stealing so they can go get them their fentanyl and that heroin, and they don't crack. As bad off as a lot of these folks are, they get to laughing at crackheads. I ain't no crackhead. I do fentanyl. Mm-hmm. But I get to looking at that, and I think that it's such a shame, what is going on, like how people just don't care anymore. And as I was trying to say before, a lot of these younger people, they don't really have a whole lot to look up to, and I think it's sad that it even though the mothers, but it was a time when a lot of the mothers would not get on drugs, but it seems like both parents are on something at this point. And so the kids see it, and they're on it. And it's just like that's the norm. The drugs are immediately frying their brains, and it's making them zombified. it's making them completely zombified. It's just it's really sad to me. You know, if they don't pay the damn debt, we ain't seen worse yet. Must be down bad if you're stealing 4 boxes of ground beef. That's true. If they don't pay the debt, I remember I had a teacher who said that her husband, their family was very poor. Her husband went on to be very successful in the Memphis area. And I remember she said her husband's mother, they were so poor. She said that her husband's mother would walk into a store. It would get so bad and grab bread and meat and tell the owners of the store, don't call the police until after my kids have eaten. you know when people was poor like that and they stole, it was because, and I'm not saying this right, but when they was desperate, it was because they wanted to feed their families. But now these people just doing any old thing for fame, for the killing people. They're doing anything for drugs, for jewelry. Like, I've never seen anything like this before. This has to be one of the worst times ever. It is. I've never in my life seen anything. I never thought I would live to see things get this bad. I it's a sad thing to me. And that's not being judgmental, because people try to say, well, I think people in y'all generation is judgmental. No, it's not judgmental. Hell, we just know right from wrong. That's the problem. People are not being told when they wrong. You judging him because he went and killed them 15 people, sis. So now folks are not saying anything, especially if they got that person's ear. You wrong for going to kill that person. Well, I had wanted that Gucci belt. Y'all, that's what's going on. And unfortunately, people are not telling them that it's wrong. Our communities are in complete turmoil. Yeah. What I found, like I was saying, what I found is, like, we just kind of, oh my God, real deal, Lee. I'm sorry to hear that about your grandmother. I'm sorry to hear that about your grandmother. Oh, wow. My condolences to you, real deal, Lee. How old was she? I remember you said she was in her 80s and she was still up cooking and everything. I hate that so bad. Yeah, we definitely give our condolences. Mm. Oh Lord, Juki. Hold on, y'all. Oh. Mm. Real dealy, how old was your grandmother? Oh, you said 85. Okay. Wow. What a blessed life. She lived a blessed life. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, Juki. Wait a minute. Hold on, Jukes. I'm around. Hold on, you guys. Me. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Let's see. Xylazine, and fentanyl. It's a wrap. Oh, wow. The fentanyl already taking people out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The fentanyl already taking people out. Remy, don't you start. No, real deal, Lee, you good. I have not checked my email. And I gotta check it because I gotta check it. No, we were just talking. It's open topic. We're just having morning coffee. We've been talking about a plethora of situations. I never seen Memphis this bad, not since the 90s. Right. I think it's worse than even what it was in the 90s, because even back then, people knew they didn't go too far. They went far, but it wasn't as zombie-fied. And it was a recession even back then. But it's not what you see now. People are robbing and killing at this point, not to eat, but to get drugs. But to get drugs. I think it's so sad. Yes, I do got my hands full this AM. Because she want to play and talk. Now, she was seeing just as good. Hold on, y'all. Hold up the juice fruit. Come on. Where your baba at? Here. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Her and Remy gonna be. Remy is jealous of the baby. Remy is so jealous of the baby. East Memphis used to be the good. Yeah, East Memphis used to be the good part. Yeah, what has happened is what we're starting to see now, all of these gangs, because even now you hear people talk about all of these gangs, AOB and this gang and that gang and Trula Mafia. Before Dog was killed, we never heard of these gangs. And I'm hearing they're not really gangs, they're like cliques. You know, everybody trying to form some type of organization, some type of pop-up gang. And they're trying to be as ruthless as they can be to prove that my gang is going to take over the city. And it is barbaric. So what's going to happen is they're going to have to start giving them the death penalty to deter them. Because one thing we do see is that they get scared when they start talking about doing life and going to that death penalty, going to that electric chair. But as heinous as some of these crimes are, and it's sad. Uh-oh. Claire Cole said backyard gangs. Good girl. Claire Cole said backyard gangs, right. And they're doing all that they can. They are doing all that they can to try to be as ruthless as they can. Yeah. Just about all of them are going to do life for his case. A Golden Era Master says, I remember when Kirby High School was built, Shelby Drive stopped at Hickory Hill, and you could make a left. Very nice back then. Yeah, that you're right. It sure did. It sure did. It's sad what is going on. But then you have to think about a lot of politicians that they have put into office, what they were trying to do. A lot of them, what has happened down through the years, the only thing that they've wanted to do is line their pockets, especially those in the Black community. Especially those in the Black community. All I know is GDs, vice lords, everything else is made up. You sleepy. Anytime you get sleepy, you want to start fighting. You fights when you get sleepy. Your eyes is closing up and you trying to fight it. You was trying to fight the sleep. You get mad when you get sleepy. Y'all, she get mad when she gets sleepy. She start fighting and fussing. Her eyes is barely staying open and she mad. Monica said, giving me baby fever. Good morning, Kenny. Little Miss Muffin says, now they drive down the turning lane on Shepherd Drive while open path. Yeah, they do. And be going 100 miles per hour. I'm telling you, these folks is crazy. And that is because, when they do wrong, okay, when they do wrong, they're being upheld. This is what happens. This is what happens when you uphold wrong. They're not being made to work for nothing. They're getting rewarded, even if, we're going to reward you anyways, even though you didn't win or this and that, we're just going to reward both of y'all. No, that means you need to try hard to discipline yourself and you win the next time, but that's not happening. So when they don't win something, they go in and shooting the person that won. That nigga beat me, I'm killing him. Oh, well, he didn't mean it. He got a mental illness. You got even old crusted niggas using mental illness and a lot of them ought to have their asses up under the jail even right now in their old age, but they've been able to use mental illness as a crutch. Manipulative. Mm. Y'all, it ain't been more nothing wrong with her. She laid her head down and went to sleep and jumped up and started screaming because she don't want to go to sleep. You guys, make sure y'all hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. But like I said, the community as a whole, but it's got to start within. But I guess, if we want a healthier community, now because things are so messed up, a lot of the parents and stuff are going to need some type of habilitation and rehabilitation. I wonder why North Mississippi doesn't have the problem. I'm going to tell you something. It hurt me to have to move to Mississippi. It hurt me. Because I was like, but hey, I know that the Mississippi Police Department, I don't care what city you go in, from the newer ones that's being built up, they do not play. They don't play in Mississippi. Even when you go over there and do something in Arkansas, and Arkansas has crime, but they already know it's the repercussions. Like, even it was repercussions way back in the day. Like when people would put Memphis police on a chase, when they got on that West Memphis Arkansas bridge, Memphis police would let Arkansas know that we got someone, we on a chase, and they coming into Arkansas. They would be waiting at the other end of that bridge, and they would give up before they cross that West Memphis Arkansas line. Because in Arkansas, the laws are different. The police can shoot you. when you're on a high speed chase, because what happens is you are a threat to, you could kill people, on a high speed chase. So they would just give up on that West Memphis, Arkansas bridge and just let MPD take them to jail, because they knew the laws was different and Arkansas can fill you up full of holes. When they would get on the chase, with Mississippi police, they would always, if they was at that Tennessee state line, they would always try to get over that Tennessee state line so that they could go to jail in Memphis, because they didn't want to go to the Mississippi jails. I have OB for 20 years, no issues. Best move I ever made. I've been in Olive. Yeah. And I never thought that I would live in Mississippi. I never thought it. Because I used to talk bad about how anal, and I didn't even like shopping in Mississippi. But it's sad that the Memphis politicians, for some reason, crime pays in Memphis. They want the crime out of control. And I was getting ready to move my office to South Haven. If my dad had not left me a location, I was getting ready to move my office. Street Politics TV says, they ain't go, baby, they ask you doing grown man crime, you get grown man time, not a slap on the wrist. Right. Crime pays. They want them to get out, because a lot of these politicians are lawyers. And so once if they can let crime get out of control, a lot of them don't live within Memphis city limits. They live all in East Tennessee and in Collierville, where they have their own police. And by the way, Collierville police don't play. So you don't see a lot of crime in those suburbs. Germantown, a beautiful suburb, their police don't play. So they'll get, because it's within Shelby County, they'll run for office and mess up everything within the city of Memphis and the hood surrounding areas in the county that they keep annexed. Okay, because they know once that their term, they don't make no money being a politician. Basically, it's just basically for the power, right? The majority of them, to be able to garner relationships and make under the table deals, and then after their 4 to 8 years, they go back to their law office and crime is out of control and they make bukus of money. I've been saying the way this crime is out of control, it's been engineered. And it's sad that you have cuckabug heads that participate in helping to destroy their community for a dime. There was this politician. He was on the city council. His name was was it Barnell? Berlin Boyd. Berlin Boyd is fairly young, like late 40s, early 50s. Berlin Boyd, I saw him one day. He was I saw him one day. I'll just say that. And I walked up to him. I said, Berlin, how you been? How everything going? Since you're not on the city council anymore. I mean, they use him to do so much stuff to the black community. And he the same tall black bald head man, the same complexion as me. Oh, I'm doing fine. I bought apartment complexes. I don't do anything. I said, you still working for the finance? Oh no, I don't do anything. I got some business partners and a lot of these apartments and stuff that you see going up. I bought a lot of properties. He helped to make Memphis as bad as it was, as far as letting these foreigners come in and buy up all of the properties and things of that nature. He got in business with some of them and started building apartments and buying apartments and buying up all of these houses and making the rent high as I don't know what. And then he's standing there grinning. After they used him up, they threw him right away. They wouldn't even help him to be reelected because they had used him to do everything they needed him to do. And he okay with that. He okay with that. You hear a lot of black people. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they said, it's a darn shame though. Like, without a lot of people feel like, especially a lot of the black politicians, that's the reason why I say my dad was one of a kind. They go, well, as soon as you start trying to help the black community, they'll turn on you. The black community don't stick together. So, I mean, we might as well do them like the black people. I mean, like the white people do them, or like the other races do them. I think it's sad what's going on in our community. And that is the issue. There is no unity in our community. And that's one of the things that when I started paying a close attention to politics, I saw that a lot of other communities was able to get what they needed done because they didn't turn on each other. They didn't give a damn if they did not like the person that was in the front. If that person could get results for their community, for the safety of their children, for the welfare of their children, to grow, to keep their community safe, or to bring resources within their community, they did not get jealous. They might say, oh, he's a prick. I don't like the son of a bitch, but he sure is getting us results. We're going to keep him there. But with black people, I don't like them. We're going to kill them because they getting all the shine. They getting one more donut than me. We're going to kill that nigga. We're going to try and set her up because she thinks she cute. That's the mindset of a lot of people in our community. And I know a lot of people get mad, but y'all, that's what's going on. Other communities stick together. Black people can't stick together for nothing. And then when we do, we don't vote based on loyalty or the experience. And a lot of times a person, if they don't have the experience and they got the drive and the loyalty, hey, that's a good thing. Okay. Yeah, they'll turn on you for trying to make things better. Especially if I've seen it, y'all. I have seen it so much. And that's something that we do not talk about in our community. That's the reason why I get on my show. And I've gotten on my TV show for years and talked about it. And people try to get mad at me, but it didn't make me no difference. I say, y'all, we are our own worst enemy. We start looking at somebody else who go and get the knowledge, who has the loyalty to stick to their guns and not fold, just so that we can get what we need in our communities to fight for us. But as soon as somebody from another community see that as a threat, because it's a threat when black people start to come out of bondage, the first thing that they'll start trying to throw scandals on that person. He cheated on his wife. Well, hell, ain't nobody got nothing to do with somebody cheating on their damn wife. I don't care. It ain't none of my husband. Well, we ain't gonna let him. Why not? He been there for 4 years. He getting results. He been knocking them folks down and changing that system that has kept us in bondage. Why we ain't gonna vote for him? Because people, you look at the white media start trying to destroy them, and then start coming to the black communities, giving out cheese baskets and things of that nature, and you turn on somebody that could ultimately help to bring us out of bondage. Hell, it ain't nobody damn business about a man cheating on his wife. He ain't none of your man. Them same people that is exposing him been cheating on their wife with another damn man at that, more than likely. But we get sidetracked with the BS. Well, I ain't gonna vote. Yeah, he did a good job, but The people that's judged them ain't never had no damn morals. Got 25 kids by 25 different damn men and got the nerve to judge somebody that has cheated on their wife. Well, we ain't gonna elect him just because the white media's trying to destroy that person. Because you better believe when they start focusing on people, it's because they putting some truth out there. That's why when everybody was talking about Trump and all of that, I go, well, hell, I made more money with Trump than I ever made in my businesses, okay? And it didn't have nothing to do with no PPP loan. I'm talking about if that money was circulating. And because he opened the bank up on them, they said he could not come back. People started putting, I told black people on my show, I said, look, I ain't trying to tell y'all who to vote for, but have y'all looked at Biden's history? Have y'all read the articles of when Biden started running, when he first started, getting into politics in the 60s, because the summer bitch is about 100 years old. And they was trying to integrate black kids in the school system. And he said it would be a disaster for his white kids to have to go to school with black kids. But it seems like that's something that we're going to have to get used to. It's going to become the norm at some point, but it'll be a disaster. The son of a bitch got with Bill Clinton and helped to create that 3 strikes bill. Yeah, they got some black preachers at the table, but them black preachers didn't know a damn thing about what was in that paperwork or what they was presenting. They were just glad to be sitting at the damn table. Oh, God took us before kings and approved them, which they was going to do it anyways. To create that 3 strikes bill that has black men in jail right now for misdemeanors. Ain't no black man got no business doing life for selling weed, especially now, okay, that is legal. That's the type of shit that we ought to be focusing on. Instead, folks over here trying to hack me, they get ready to take their asses to jail. I know what you did last summer. I had no idea who your baby dad is. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody got nothing to do with who I give my coochie to. Okay? But we focus on that type of stuff. Instead of saying, look here, Biden, you have to create that 3 strikes bill. You done been in politics for 100 years. Not only have you been in politics for 100 years, you done been the vice president, and now you're the highest official in the land. How about you reverse that? Let the men out of jail, since selling weed is legal now, that's in jail for that 3 strikes bill. For that 3 strikes bill that you and Bill Clinton created. Why don't you reverse that and pardon them men? But ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody saying that. I had liked it Biden because he likes the black people, sis. Trump had sex with a prostitute. Well, how come they ain't charging her? It's illegal, they say, to be a prostitute. How come she ain't being charged with selling her ass? Okay? Biden insulted black people like 40 going north because he's senile. And the media did all they could to try and clean it up. Okay? Unlike African Americans, the Hispanics are more versatile. I said, do y'all see this senile man constantly he's constantly insulting black people? When I said, well, how come Biden knows pardon them men that's in jail on that for just for any misdemeanor, 3 strikes, driving charges and things of that nature. Let them men out. They ain't got no business doing life. If you ask me, I never understood how a man that's selling drugs could be given life and a man that's raping kids be given 6 months. It's something wrong with that. But instead, we keep our attention focused on trying to take down other black people. We're going to take down Tamara. Well, you're going to have a damn hard time doing it, motherfucker, because I'm always 10 steps ahead. I don't care how weak you think I am. Okay? You're going to have a hard time doing it. But that's the mindset of a lot of our people. I got to kill them. But other communities stick together. That's what they do. You're not going to go in the Asian community. The Asians get exactly what they want to because they're going to stick together. We get mad and start talking about white people. Well, do white people's is prejudice? Why are white people prejudiced then? Because look at what they did. You can't get mad at white people because they stick together. They stick together. They understand it's about the bottom line. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Okay. Then we let people come into our community and divide and conquer. Hell, you can't get mad at them if we do it. That's because our people got that spirit of jealousy. And then we get mad at the Africans because the Africans come over. Wow. He said, my boy Sam got 22 years for 3 rocks. Now, ain't that a shame? Then the Africans come over. The Africans think they better than us. I don't blame the Africans for coming over here and not wanting to integrate. Well, we go into their braiding shop where hell they know how to do braids. At least when you go in their braiding shop, all you're gonna smell is fish and onions. You can't go to you can't go to Lily house. You can't go to Moo house because her and her boyfriend gonna be selling rocks at the house and they're gonna be blowing damn fentanyl in your face, smoking fentanyl in your face while she braiding. And then said they don't want to support a black woman. You can't even leave your kids at her house. When you come back, they might not be there. They done sold them and human trafficking. But you can leave them at the braiding shop with the Africans and come back. So when people get through, y'all, a lot of what's going on in our community, and folks don't want to talk about it. I'm tired of us feeling like that. We we got to pat the black people's is on the hand. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff been engineered. Just like they brought crack into the community to destroy the black families. But how about just saying no to drugs? How about that? People don't talk about that. Yeah, it was brought into the black community to destroy the black community and to divide the black families. It was. But how about just saying no? Don't drink. Don't get funky drunk and fall out. Don't smoke crack. But we like to outsource all the blame, especially when we know that there is a problem, y'all. We know what people are trying to do to our community. But when it's all said and done, the reason that we are still in the positions that we are in is because of our mindset. A lot of the people in our community mindset. As soon as a Dr. King, as soon as a Malcolm X, as soon as a Medgar Evers, as soon as a Sojourner Truth, as soon as a Harriet Tubman start to rise up, they get one of us to infiltrate it and kill it for some money. I'm going to have a life supply of cheese baskets. You done kill somebody that could help to lead our community out of bondage for a damn lifetime supply of cheese baskets. Okay? The Africans got the right idea. We're going to stick together. They open up their African shops. Do you ever see an African shop close? Even them shops where they sell clothes and oils out of, you never see them close. They get rich and go back home, and another African come and buy the shop and get rich and go back home. You know why? Because all of the Africans around that area are going to be wearing African attire. You don't see a whole lot of African wearing American clothes. They're going to support that African shop and go in there and buy their oils, and you don't never see them sick and coughing and going on either. They're going to go in there and buy the herbs. Okay? So they stick together. They don't want that slave mentality of the Americans. That's right. African men don't. You're absolutely right. A man got caught with $300,000 fentanyl pills on him. Feds got him now. That's so sad. Hmm. But y'all keep voting for Biden. I never did. Because I already knew he was going to be a booger bear. And they're going to let him in again. What he going to do is he going to give out, mark my words, when is re-election? Hell, I done been so depressed with him in. I don't even know when his re-election coming up. And they use that lady who never, ever even claimed to be black. Kamala, what color are you? My father is Jamaican and my mother is Indian. Ain't a damn Jamaican a black man? She couldn't even fix herself to say that she was black. She can't pass for nothing else because she got nigger hair. Okay, she looked black to me. Okay, but in other words, she didn't want to say her father was black. She wanted to say he was Jamaican, and it confused a lot of people. Because I remember a white woman saying, first of all, she's not her father isn't black, he's Jamaican. I said, Jamaican is a damn black man. But since she been in there, what people was wearing chucks and pearls all around their neck, about to choke their damn neck out. I said, have y'all looked at Kamala's history? Kamala came up, and listen, I could be proud of any black woman because I'm a black woman. Trust me, I be wanting to see black women win. But I said, dog, Kamala can't even say don't even identify with being black. She can't even say she black. Never said it. Okay. And you know, have y'all looked at her history? Kamala rose up by taking advantage of poor black people, overcharging them because she knew that she could win the cases because they did not have the funds to hire private lawyers. Okay, they were taking plea deals and things of that nature, overcharging them. She knew that could easily be a win with a PD, a public defender. You just hating on a black woman. Listen, I don't give a damn what color a person is. If they wrong, they just wrong. And since she been in there, she been the quietest vice president I ever known. Has she done? What has she done? Maybe I'm being hard on her. Does anybody know anything that she has done? Because I ain't never even heard her speak. Now I saw her at the Tyree Nichols situation. When Tyrese Nichols was killed, I saw her at his funeral, but that was the first time that I had saw her. But that's because it was a lot of media there. It was a lot of national attention. So they came out to take advantage of Tyrese's family. Okay. Does anybody know anything Kamala has done? Hey, if she's done something good, okay, I'll acknowledge that. Does anybody know anything? Because I don't see anything she do. Do she even have conferences? Does she speak? Does she do anything other than look black? She was the trophy to touch the hearts of black women. We got our first black female president. We can't hate on her. I wouldn't have gave a damn if she was white or Indian or Asian. What is she going to do to balance out what is happening, to balance out that wealth in the United States so that black people can come up out of bondage? If she black and she gonna keep us in the same position, damn her. By the way, she never identified with being black. And so that's what I'm talking about. Like, our community is in the position that it is in because we vote and stuff strictly based on emotions, and propaganda. Now, folks sitting up talking about, I ain't gonna vote for Trump because he had sex with a president. I mean, he had sex with prostitutes. The people that saying that go buy them a prostitute every damn day. Alicia says she smiles and waves. That's all. It's a darn shame. And so when folks say, well, you sound like a white racist when you say, no, I'm not. I'm not sounding like a white racist. I'm sounding like a realist that want to open the eyes of our people and say, hey, we could put a beautiful black woman in there, but put somebody in there that is going to be able to fight for our community and not just be a bobblehead. Hell, if it's a white woman and she could get more done to help to balance out what's going on to help the black community, just as other communities are helped, then put that white woman in there. I'm not going to vote for somebody, especially with all of this poverty and stuff in our community and what's happening to the black community. We can't afford to keep voting for people that ain't doing nothing for us. People get comfortable with taking advantage of the black community, and what they do is they found a way to put a black face in the place so that they can take advantage of the black community and we not say nothing. Well, he our first black president. We can't say nothing about that because a lot of the stuff that they did up under Obama administration, they never would have did up under another administration. You know why? Because black people would have had a fit. But they found a way to put a black token person in the put a black face in the place. Okay. And black people ain't gonna say nothing because they so proud to have a black woman as the vice president, even though she's still, she'll be able to do more and nothing will be done. They ain't gonna say nothing. If we want a black female vice president, put somebody there that's going to put a black female or a black female president. Hell, get out and vote for that's going to balance out everything and help to redistribute some of that wealth. And then I get on here and sing praises to that female black president for helping to redistribute some of that wealth and not give her praises just because she a black woman that ain't doing a damn thing. Because I ain't gonna do that. Okay. Yeah, I told y'all she was sleepy. She done fell on out and went to sleep after showing out. When she gets sleepy, she get real mad. She be real mad. She fights, she screams because she don't want to go to sleep. To be fair, Alfred, many of these issues stem from slavery and the system wasn't set up for us to win. I agree, Tony. I agree. That slave mentality, you right. When I talk to people and I go, if this politician has been in office for all these years and they have not done anything because Memphis is 75% or 76% black. And the county is growing in numbers too, because the county used to be mostly white, but I think it's mostly black now too. And so I go, if this politician has been moving around, when their term is up, they go to another seat and they have not done anything. Why do we keep voting for him? Well, we keep voting for him because at least we know him and he got the experience. Yeah, but another person can come in and get the experience and actually do something. So that's why I say, yeah, we're going to have to start doing better. Go look up why the Hoods and Projects was made, why only certain neighborhoods plagued by violence and dope. Okay, Tony. People, I know that they made projects because it was a project, right? It was some type of project that they was doing, and they always use black people as the guinea pigs. The same stuff that's going on now, even though, you know, when, like Young Dolph said, you got a lot of rich slaves. Like, a lot of these dudes now that's in the music industry, they got money. They've attained more money than what they've ever attained. um but in order to keep that money, they have to, and I guess to keep the fame, they have to destroy. And because they make money their god, that's exactly what they're doing, destroying. Like you always say, how many are pushing that back into the communities, right? And then you listen to a lot of these black people. Ain't nobody supposed to give back. Just because I came out the community don't mean I'm supposed to give back. It's those communities that supported you. Why not give back? And if you're that selfish and you don't feel like you're supposed to give back, don't at least don't send back destruction. I think about, like how bad off our communities are. I mean, just with what happened on YouTube, you had some black people get with some foreigners that knew how to hack, and they used the black people, and it's going to be one of the biggest recalls that there ever was on YouTube. I'm telling y'all, these folks stealing folks information to go get cars in their names, going into their bank accounts. I mean, it's all kinds of shit that's going on. When I tell you, I mean, I think, somebody was telling me that they've tried to get a little low key with it, but it's too late now. But you get to thinking about, when people want to destroy the black community, they go get some black people who already hate what they see when they look in the mirror, and they really think that they're gonna get away with it. You pay me and I'll show you how to do it. So they'll say, well, I didn't do it, I just showed them how to do it, and you just pay me, and I'll consistently show you. They found a way. So what they did was they really helped them to self-destruct. Okay. And who was they doing it to? They was doing it strictly to other black people, hacking into folks' phones. I listened to a conversation. You motherfucker. They know you was listening. And you going to jail for wiretapping. It gives them this sense of grandiose, especially when they're already mentally ill. Okay. But YouTube, people could have really made a whole lot of money on YouTube. They could have, but they have to find a way to get themselves sent back, or get themselves taken away from their children, because that's what's going to happen. See, a lot of these people don't know when they're being violated. When these folks sitting up talking about, I know this, I know that about you, they don't know the laws of what they can do. They need to figure that out. But thank God they really ain't gonna have to know, because these folks was doing some heavy stuff. Do y'all hear me? Some heavy stuff. When it's a lot of black people that's on here that's talented, that they really could have they really could have gone far. But because those folks, because somebody was telling me some of these people that had pages now, what they do is they have they other black people, they kind of get with showing other black people what to do and who to target, and they stand in the background because they think that they're gonna go unscathed. Okay. And because black people just love destroying each other. Oh, I could do that. I can tap into their computer. You can show me how to do that because they have that mental illness of wanting to destroy. And some of these folks are professionals. Some of these women are mothers, and they put themselves in positions where they're going to be taken away from their children. All because they want to be able to tell some YouTuber, I know what you did last summer, or go get a damn credit card, or run their credit report, or go get a damn car in their name. Because these folks was doing that shit. Okay? Selling their information on here to the Hispanics that are, or to the foreigners that y'all, these folks, and I'm gonna stop these folks into some heavy stuff. Right. They already, because when the FBI is involved, that means they already ain't got away with it. But when that money good, they don't know how to stop. That's they just don't know how to stop. A lot of people feel like because they ain't been gotten, they won't get got. Why you think every other race stick together, but black people was taught you have to just disrespect one? I don't know. It's that slave mentality. It's definitely a slave mentality, and our community ain't trying to do no better. Folks will choose white collar crime over the rest. Mm. I think people think that white collar crimes, they have a misunderstanding of I'm just saying, I'm not you. I'm saying, like, I think a lot of people have a misconception of white collar crimes. They tend to think that they are they oh, it's just a white collar crime. I don't think they have an understanding of how serious white collar crimes are. They be looking at them white folks that go into jail for a couple years that was already rich. They had them attorneys to get them 3 years, like, like Martha Stewart and all of them. And some of these folks on here doing some shit on YouTube, and they think that they stuff qualify as white collar crime. These folks gonna do. Some of these women get ready to do at least 15 years. Tony P says law enforcement ain't figured out how to prosecute cyber crimes the same. That would be a dope topic to go over, Tam. If it ain't over a certain amount of money, most law enforcement let it ride. You can report it. When it comes to cyber crimes, it's always good to go to the FBI anyways. Now, if like what some of these folks doing on YouTube, and it happened to me, and I never would have thought to look for it until one that hacker, I believe it was that one that they got from out of New York. Okay. Got on my live one time and said something to me. And I had received, I had just started dealing with that. Okay. And it leads me to believe that some, and it'll come out once they figure out who it was that violated me and went and got something in my name. These folks terrible. They have to get on your lives and try and taunt you with it. Okay. If it ain't over a certain amount of money, the most hated in America is the black woman. Because other black women hate black women, and it's sad. When women really should be sticking together. Women should be sticking together, but that spirit of jealousy rises. That spirit of jealousy definitely rises. Y'all, make sure y'all hit the like button. Um, they tried that in the past. Don't want to see a black president, especially a black woman. Well, I know Oprah Winfrey ain't it. You know, a lot of people talking about Oprah, and I grew up loving Oprah Winfrey because to me, especially as a teenager, y'all know that's when that was in the age when we used to write. I used to always write her show saying how much I admire her when I was like 12 and 13 and 14. I would sit and write Oprah Winfrey. All things was Oprah Winfrey. Like I love the way that she spoke. I love seeing a black woman just you know making the type of money that she made, being seemed like being unapologetic. She was very seemed to be very personable. You know what I mean? That was before we started to learn a lot of stuff that goes on like behind the scenes and things like that. And I'm still proud of her accomplishments. But I don't think people started talking about they think Oprah would be a good president. I don't at this I now that I'm older and I know better, I don't think that Oprah would be a good president because I think Oprah would let, and I don't know if I'm being naive when I say, and it could be because I'm so unapologetic, um, but I think Oprah would allow that establishment to run her. But I don't think anybody can be the president, you know, and and not allow the secret government to run them if they didn't. I think Trump might have been the only one. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. When they start putting bad media on people into the atmosphere, that means that that person has gone against that system. One thing about Trump, he was very vindictive. When have y'all ever known that was an opportunity? He said, okay, y'all gonna give me bad publicity because he had been a part of that system. I'm gonna open the bank up. All these black people got money that never would have got loans and things of that nature. Instead of them taking that money and trying to triple it before, because look at Biden, he's gonna make sure some people go do some federal time. Instead of them taking that money, even though they may have gotten it illegally, and trying to start a business with it so they can pay the shit back. At some point, they went and took the money and got asses. They went and got loans in other people's names. Same shit they still doing on YouTube right now. That's the type of stuff, y'all, that they did. That's the reason why I say our community needs some help. Snoozy Cake says she just did TSU commencement. She's from some up there in Nashville. Here in America, to protect their Chinese individuals, black people, we should have built our own police department to protect. Right. The black, really, listen, the black men are supposed to be protecting the community. Instead, they talking about gangs and I'm gonna take you out if you say my name. They helping they they feel like putting stealing our daughters and stuff and putting them into human trafficking so they can line their pockets up. Y'all listen. Black men ain't the only ones doing it now. Black men are not the only ones that's doing it. As a matter of fact, they working for somebody else, but hell, they ain't got to participate in it. See, I was taught that there was nothing better than a black man. I looked at my dad. I always had a lot of pride when it came to black men. Very admired them a whole lot. Um, I saw my dad being a strong black man. I saw my grandfathers like they worked extremely hard. Even my cousins that was out in the street, you know what I mean? It was just something that they was taught. They still very manly. Okay. But how can we respect men that work hard so they feel like women are supposed to be whores? They violating women. They kidnapping girls and our children and helping, to participate with that and putting them into human trafficking. They feel like, they're supposed to live off of a woman. Can't nobody respect that. It ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna do it. As I'm telling y'all, that's something that sent me into a damn rage when somebody think that they can force me to do something and they think they're going to use me. That's one of the reasons why I'm a loner, because I don't have a middle. I go from 0 to 100. That's the reason why when I know people want my attention, they start poking at me, I don't give it to them, because I don't have anything to gain by losing control. They have everything to gain. Men should be setting the example. Right. Men are supposed to be leading the community. They sit up and men talk about women for being strong when a lot of men put us in a position where we had to be strong. I mean, you're supposed to be strong anyways. I know man want no weak woman, but they put us in a position, what I'm saying, where we had to wear the pants. Hell, I would love to sit up and wear my Daisy Dukes and heels and dresses all damn day and let a man that I know got my back lead me. It ain't nothing better than that shit. But instead, it ain't happening. You supposed to do what I say do and won't pay a bill. They got it twisted. I can't do what you say do. And you're not providing and protecting. You're making bad decisions. Okay? Well, you don't let me have no peace in my household. Now, that's the reason why I know a lot of these folks twisted. You sit up and you cause. First of all, if you keep your woman happy, you'll have a happy home. But men now, they want to be disrespectful to their women, and I'm not saying all men, because it goes both ways. Disrespect their woman, have her sad and stuff all the time, but then they want her to keep that smile on her face and keep a positive energy in the household. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something, I'm this type of woman. If as long as you do what you're supposed to do, I promise you, I'm gonna be happy. The whole house gonna be happy. But if you think you're gonna be out philandering around, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and then I'm sad, and you think you're gonna walk into a house that we living in and be happy, you're not gonna be happy, because I'm not gonna let you be happy. I'm not gonna let you be. If I ain't happy, you ain't gonna be happy, especially if you the cause of it. That's what's wrong now. A lot of people are too phony. Well, why you let him do that? Well, I let him do it. I put it in the hands of the Lord, and I just have to keep a smile on my face. Now, motherfucker, you not get ready to close your eyes, and you done been out all night. It's get ready to be some reckoning. I'm supposed to just swallow and act like it didn't happen? Where you just came from, you was up all night, and you get ready to be up all day, because I'm finna tear this motherfucker down. Okay? So you can go on back. Y'all stop living with these men and make them marry you. So when you do send them out, you can get, or if they die, you can get some insurance or something. You put up with them. They already ain't did nothing for you. When they died, he just dead. That's it. You ain't got can't get no insurance or nothing. And you bitter. Y'all hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I love her so much. 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 Y'all, she stayed asleep for like 5 minutes, and she like it when I kiss her feet. I love her so much. I love had an uncle who had a wife, and he would either when I was growing up, he would either come to stay with us for a week, or he would go home and stay with his mom. Diane says, I was waiting at the door when he came in at 3 a.m. I just say it hasn't happened in almost 20 years. He used to always, but he would go and stay out for like 2-3 days with his whoever he was staying out with, some of his girlfriends, I guess. And then he wanted to walk back into his house and have peace. Absolutely not. And see, that's what happens. These folks want to do whatever they want to do. And then say, you tore up my home. You won't even let me have no peace. You sure ain't gonna have no peace, nigga. You been out all night and I've been up, upset, and you think you're gonna walk in and close your eyes. That's a bold man to walk in and think he can go to sleep too. That's the reason why I always say to the women too, y'all don't do that, because more of these men are unstable. If you can't get along, just don't be together. Go ahead and divorce or something. But don't be out cheating on your husband, because these men killing these women. Don't be messing with these old men for their money, because I'm telling you, they taking these girls out, and they ain't, and it's sad because they ain't giving them but $40, and they killing them. I can't understand. I don't recommend nobody doing nothing, selling their bodies for no money. But y'all, these folks selling their ass for $40. What's wrong with the juki fruit? What's wrong with the juki fruit? Okay, all right. What's wrong with her? Mm-hmm. Go to Sheepy. Oh, he going to have a piece of his stiletto up his. I'm telling you. That's why a lot of women bitter now, because they kept, their mouths and stuff closed. They didn't question anything, and that's extremely disrespectful. To be staying out all night. You got a woman. You got a wife. It's not right to emotionally put her through that. It's wrong. But like I said, more girls now are in it. Everybody is for sale now. It's sad. It's just about it. Not everybody, but just about it. It's just about everybody got a price tag on them. It's a sad thing, you know. And a low price, $40. You messing around. You done went and messed up your whole family for $40. Just to be able to spend $40 on somebody. Okay. I see it every day, y'all. I see it every single day. That's why I'm tired now, because I get cases like that every single day. These men and women, more women are messing up their homes, messing up their household. But these men are going through midlife crises. Their old asses get old. They on blood pressure pills and they're diabetics, and they can't get up no damn hard anyways. Okay. So why they going and messing up their homes, I don't know. Okay. And I always say one thing about white women: they know how to fight. They know exactly how to fight. They're not going to be hollering and screaming and none of that. They're going to get the evidence that they need to take that man to the cleaners. Black women are so too emotional. Where you at? Where you at? And she running, trying to come to where he at. So now she all out. I never drop a location. I just get what I need to get, and then tell them to come to my office and look at it. Because they're not gonna. I'm not gonna be a part of somebody getting hurt on my watch. And but they'll follow him and go to the house, and they screaming, and knocking out windows and knocking out the woman windows. Now, then they'll go file for divorce. Now he got evidence to take all the kids and not have to pay her no child support because he's saying, look at what she did. She unstable. Too emotional. I have to make all the black women that hire me sign confidentiality contracts. You cannot tell your husband that you have hired a private investigator. Because the first thing that they'll put my life in danger. First thing that they'll do is when I say, well, we see something, he doing something. Let us watch it a little while longer. He doing something. She'll go right home and say, motherfucker, I hired a private investigator. You're doing something. And now he watching his back. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm back. I love my juke fruit, but she gone. Whew. When her daddy hit that door, I ran. Thank God. Whew. You're right. It's not Tony. I ain't no punk. I say ignorant. And he laughs. I just want to be in healthy relationships. When people start bringing the worst out of you because of their narcissism, it's time to go. And I'm serious. Okay, y'all. I know that's right. Everybody ought to refuse to be unhappy. I know I do. Tony said, what are you doing? Unhappy moments. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. But definitely hit the like button. Um, okay, Miss C, you saying that you ran, but you missing your grandbaby. I know. I be missing her. She got some good sugar. I be missing her sugar, child. And then I love it when she look at me and start smiling with her bare mouth, with them gums. She got two little teeth coming in. You could tell they haven't come up yet, but you could tell that they're about to come up at the bottom. I love it. I'd rather be happy alone. It still hurts from my past relationships, but I'm good now and drama free. Yeah. It's good to be drama free. I know people go, you have ups and downs in relationships, but even when you have your downs, like it should not be so bad where you disrespecting each other. Cause I know sometimes people have moments where they don't even like each other. They get tired of each other, especially, when sometimes. But I mean, just because you get tired of somebody, you know what I mean? Because people get tired of their kids, but you can't get rid of your kids, and you don't want to get rid of your children. But when you shouldn't be making like temporary, like dumb decisions where you stepping out on your spouse and cheating on your spouse. Because for me, I know for me, like I love the thought of being in love and being married and like sharing your life with somebody. That is, I mean, to me, I love it. The thought of it. I think everybody want somebody else that they can truly trust and depend on. And you should be able to depend on each other and trust each other. But I think it's unfortunate now that people are just strictly only getting into relationships and things of that nature for selfish reasons only, to try and use somebody, to try and come up. And God is not, it's not built on the right foundation, so God is not going to allow it to work. God just is not going to allow anything like that to be. So y'all, that's the reason why I say um some people get married just because folks say, well, you done got old and you ain't married yet. You couldn't. I wouldn't let people make me feel, shame me into making a decision that I know, hey, getting into a partnership, a lifelong partnership with somebody, that's a very big decision. And I'm sure not gonna do it just because somebody else say you're a certain age and you should be married by now. I want to at least love the person that I'm with. People don't even love each other no more. They'll go, I like them. I like them a little bit. It's good for business. Like it's a business decision, in which I feel like money plays a very big factor. You can't love nobody and the bills do. You can't be cuddled up on the couch with somebody and you worried about you're gonna be put out of your house in 2 days. So all of that, both of you should already have your stuff together. But I mean, I'm not gonna just be with somebody just because of what they have. You know, um, I can't do that because to me that's a prison. But it seems like to me people don't have an issue with it when they get into it for the wrong reasons. It always to me it can never it can never work out right when you get into stuff for the wrong reasons. When you lie, cheat, lie your way in, cheat your way in, it never works out. When you've destroyed other homes to get what you got, of course, it's going to come back on you at some point. because that's the type of energy that you put into the atmosphere. So I think people need to be very cognizant of what they do, because we're in a season now of where we're reaping you're reaping what you sow. You are definitely reaping what you sow sooner than later. Okay, you definitely reaping what you sow. So be very cognizant of that. When you're hurting other women, I've never, y'all, gotten any validation or satisfaction out of hearing a man talk bad about a woman that he used to be with. And I know a lot of women get validation. They want to them, it makes them feel secure if they feel like, well, he talked bad about her, he don't want her. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The one that he talked the worst about is probably the one that he with and won't, that he's secretly messing with or wanna be with. Because I know if he talk bad about another woman, to me, he'll talk bad about me to another woman. So I've never gotten any gratification out of that, but I never thought I would live to see the day where women um got so much gratification out of seeing other women hurt. I could never do that. I've never wanted to see other women hurt. It does not make me feel anything. It does not give me any security or anything like that. I've never wanted to see that. I got my own bag just in case he changed. Right. You supposed to get your own, already have your own stuff just in case, because you don't ever know what a person is gonna do. They'll love you. When people say I'll love you forever, I go, a person will love you as long as they will love you. And then the next day they might wake up and decide I don't want to love you no more and go on with their life, and you can't do nothing about it. So it's always good to have your own stuff. Yes, it is a sad world that we live in. A lot of women are kind of harder on men. I know I do a lot of talking, but a lot of women have this list of what they want the man to be. I want him to make this amount of money. I want him to be this. I want him to be that. I want him to be this. I want him to have a six pack. Do you have all those things? You know, she's saying I want him to be wealthy, and she don't. She don't even work. So you want somebody to come and save you, basically. So absolutely, snoozer Kate. And so I think people need to be. They need to have what it is. You need to already have what it is that you want from another person. A lot of people ain't even got half the stuff that's on their list of what they want. To include character. They ain't even got no character, but I want somebody that's gonna be good to me. I want somebody that's kind, that's loving, but you hateful and mean. So yeah, like I say, our community, I love our community. I do. Lauren says they sing. I think I don't know. Maybe it's just I still believe in true love. I do. I still believe in true love. All people got to do is keep it real and be willing to be committed and loyal. That's it. But folks don't even want to do that. I still do. I still believe in true love. A lot of people don't believe in that. There are still some good men out there, and there are still some good women out there. I will keep saying that because it is. It's just more good men and more good women don't make themselves readily available because they're trying to protect themselves. I would never get on here and say all men are doggish and no good and don't work. It's a lot of men that are good men and about their business. They just don't be out in the street. When you got something to lose, you don't be out there in the street philandering around and partying and stuff because it ain't nothing out there. You know, you got to protect what you got. Folks see you got something going for yourself. They, especially in this era, they want to kill you. That nigga own the tire shop. Oh, we gonna kill him. So a lot of people that's got a lot of stuff going for themselves, they don't be out there, you know, just hanging out and stuff, all that running the streets because they too. First of all, if you got something going for yourself, you busy working trying to keep it. My boyfriend called hell for me at first because it was scary to find someone like minded. He is truly my best friend. Oh, that's so sweet. I love it when I see people in love. I'm telling you, I do. I love it when I see people in love. I do. I love it. I love it because you know I still do. I still believe in love. This is where I just ain't going to call someone good after the first day I meet them. I have to know you for a few plus years for me to label you as a good person. That's true, Black Diamond, because you don't really know people. People are so good at disguising and putting on all kinds of masks because they want to trick you. They think of ways to try to trick you so that they can destroy you. Just think about how far along people could be if they took that energy and put it into trying to build themselves up. But they concoct schemes and come together and plot just to try and take somebody else down. Ain't that some mess? It's just it's crazy. It is. That's why you have to be very meticulous about who you allow into your space. You have to be very meticulous about who you allow in your space. Okay. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Oh, my stomach growling. But you'll never hear me get on here and say that talk bad about love because I think there's nothing more beautiful than true love. And if you can find it, please cherish it if you have it. I it just bothers me that I have a job where I see people destroying what they have built with somebody else. And I know people fall out of love, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. More men that be out there that get caught cheating when their wives and stuff file for a divorce, those men do not want that divorce because they love their wives. They don't be really wanting that divorce, but they go and they mess up something that they built for 25, 30 years and they've amassed all of this stuff together for $40 or less. Because if you're established, you have to be very careful because these folks will stick around like they love you because they be hoping to move in on what you've built with somebody else. Where you got to see love in the movies, in the movie, no such thing. People love what they could get out of you today and what you could do for them. Right. It's all about them. And that's it. It's all about what you have and what you can do for me. And I think it's so unattractive when men want women to provide for them. Oh my God. I never thought I would see the light. Most men did not even feel like men if women was giving them money. If they was eating off of a woman, they did not even feel like a man. But now there's this trend now where they get it off of a bitch. And that's the reason why a lot of these men having a lot of bad luck, because they feel like a woman is to be used and abused. And God says, when a man findeth a wife, he finds a good thing and obtains favor from God. A lot of them can't obtain no favor because they ain't treating the woman right. When it's all said and done, the woman is still the blessing. They can try and dispute it all day, but a good woman is still the blessing. So God, you think you're gonna use and abuse her? You ain't gonna obtain no favor, and everything that you have gotten because of the favor that is on her life. If you mess that over, God will take it back. We see it happen every single day. Yep, we see it happen every single day. I'm allergic to that type. Lawrence, I understand. Love is trial and error. People don't go through a period of courtship, and right, they just folks falling in love now based on what a person do in bed. Ooh, I fell in love because they did something to me ain't nobody else ever did, sexually. That's the reason why a lot of these people crazy. I don't understand it. They leaving their households because of a person being a freak in bed. And it's sad. You hear a lot of young girls say that, girl, I know he married, but once he get a hold to me and I do all the things I'm gonna do to him, he gonna forget about his wife. And the sad thing about it is a lot of them are forgetting about their wives, but then they forget whatever it was that they obtained when they had that wife. Okay. Um, he ain't gonna have it no more. And if she gets any proof of him cheating, he ain't gonna have nothing. He gonna have to start all over with his gold digging, um, scatterbrain young chick that he got, right? And she ain't got the brains to help him build what he built with the blessing that God had given him. And because she called him cheating and had proof of it, she was able to get it all. That's why people hire private investigators. If you call cheating, you're gonna lose it all. In a divorce, your love is beautiful in my imagination. Not when that alimony and child support hit. I'm telling you, if you call cheating, she could be able to make her demands as it relates to alimony. I had this case about a year ago of this doctor, and he was such a nice guy. And he was like, "I'll give you a bonus if you could catch my wife cheating." I think he had been cheating. And so what he wanted is she had filed for a divorce, and what he wanted was he wanted to see if we could catch her cheating. Okay. That lady asked for they had he was a doctor, and they had been together since they was 18, and she had wanted to be a nurse, but because they started having a lot of kids, and she was very beautiful, but they had like 9 kids, and the last one was in college. And he was like, I'm paying for all of the college. And she asked for $9,000 a month. That's how much she asked for to be able to keep up her lifestyle. She wanted $9,000 a month. He was like, it would help me so much if you could find her cheating, if y'all could find her cheating. But she would always go to the coffee shops and stuff and get on her laptop, but we never caught her cheating. Hacking is illegal. So, we couldn't hack a computer because we know we can go to jail for that. And but she stayed on that computer and stuff. And finally, after we worked that case for like 3 months because he would always just rehire us. And he called me one day and said, "Guess what?" I said, "What?" "My wife is saying she want to work things out." Oh God, that's the best thing she could have ever said. Because she was gonna really take me to the cleaners. I don't know what he had been out there doing, but he was so glad that she wanted to work things out. Because that $9,000 a month, I don't know how much he was making at that emergency room, but that $9,000 a month was gonna go have really had him stressed out. He was happy to go back home. Kevin Felder says, "Love is a beautiful thing. Just know, just like the Temptations, just my imagination." I never cheated on my ex. I think she cheated on me though. I don't know. It's a lot of women. It's more women that are cheating. I don't know what's going on with a lot of women. It's almost embarrassing to me how I see a lot of women now tearing up their households. Women are supposed to be the models of their households, which means they set the tone for what goes on in that house, right? With the children, they're the direct point for the children and the husband. That's the reason why you hear people say, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody gonna be happy, because the women are supposed to be the models of their home. And I'm starting to see a lot of women being foolish and tearing down their households. As they start to get old and their kids and stuff go off to college, they start to, I don't know, they go through some kind of crisis where I just didn't feel like he wanted, nobody needed me. My boyfriend said he needed me. Yeah, your husband making all the money. Hell, you giving him your husband's money. Yeah, he needs you. And you didn't talk. And men don't really forgive when their wives cheat. Women will forgive before the men do. The men be about to go jump off that Mississippi, I mean that West Memphis, Arkansas bridge. That's why I say be careful with some of these men, because more of them are unstable. Women fuss and scream and act a fool, but they ain't gonna really do nothing. Men flip out. And I'm telling you. My husband taught our sons, don't mistreat someone's daughter. My son married young. He's been married for over 20 years. That's so awesome. Wow. My mom would say, why buy the cow when you can get the milk through the fence? Their girlfriends are encouraging them mess up out of jealousy. I'm going to see a shrink because I think I'm traumatized. Well, go see one then. If you think you need to talk to somebody, please talk to somebody. I encourage anybody to go, because y'all know in our communities, we was always told that we don't need to go talk to no shrink, or we don't need to go get no counseling or anything like that. And whatever goes on in this house stays in this house. But if you need to go talk to, I'm telling y'all, when my grandmother died years back, I went and got me some grief counseling, and that was, going to group that helped me. Grief group helped me. And I had family members saying, "Girl, why are you going to what? You going to get some counseling? You going to grief?" I was like, going to group with a lot of other people, and we doing exercises and talking about our grief and leaning that helped me a lot. Yeah, it helps. It helps a lot. So I would recommend that for anybody. Lord knows I would. Yeah, people are quick to label you. You can't label people unless you know their story. Like I always say, even when you see women and girls out here selling their bodies and even with when you see a lot of these men that's crazy, some of them just crazy, but you don't ever know a person's story. It's still no excuse to go and violate people and things of that nature. But when you see girls out here selling their bodies and stuff, you have to wonder, why would a young girl be selling herself? What has gone on in her life to make her want to sell herself? I think that's the reason why I love to like work with children. One of the best things that could have ever happened when I was working for the sheriff's office, I was working with this nonprofit organization where we was talking to children and stuff, and I wanted to go and actually talk and counsel with the girls. And I remember the chief at the time that I was working for saying, Miss Tamara, he used to call Miss Tamara. He said, Miss Tamara, you know, they already have a lot of groups to go over there and talk to the girls. He said, but I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of hard getting people to go and talk to the juvenile boys. And I was like, I was like, well, I'll go. And because I know little boys can be, mannish and stuff like that, but they range from, believe it or not, when they go to juvenile over their jail, at least it is because they have done heinous crimes, like felonies. They have to keep them separated. They keep them at the women's jail at the time. So I went over there and I started counseling with those kids, with those boys. Like a lot of the stars that you see, like the sheriff star that y'all see drawn on sometimes on in police departments and things of that nature. I do know for a fact with the sheriff's office, they had those kids drawing those stars and stuff on the wall. They knew how to sketch and draw that stuff, and they would just have painters to come in that was very talented. I noticed that even when I was in school, I noticed. And it was the same thing when I got over there and started counseling with those boys that were very smart in algebra and like geniuses. They was in there for robberies, for armed robberies, for murder, for rape, for all types of stuff. You know what I mean? But I took the opportunity to pull their histories, as far as I went in the police system to see, had there been 911 calls, and kind of looked at the history of why police and stuff, if police had been called out to their house, how often throughout their life, and what they were called out there for, the types of reports that their mothers and stuff had on files. And when I would talk to them, they would always talk about how angry they was because of what had been going on in their household. Like more boys, believe it or not, want to try to protect their mothers. So if their dad is in the house, or mama got a boyfriend that's in the house that is consistently beating up on the mama and got all the kids scared, and that boy, especially if he's a bigger boy, like 9-10 years old, he feel like he can't protect his mama. He hearing his mama screaming and hollering because daddy or boyfriend beating her. It puts a lot of anger on the inside of him. First of all, it scares him. And then it puts a lot of anger on the inside of them because he can't help his mama. When I would have those boys, counsel them one by one, I would ask them, why are you here? Why did you do that? Why? They started talking about all of them different, kind of like with the same story. I had one to tell me, I'll never forget, that he hated the weekends. And I said, why you hate the weekends? He said, because on weekends, I already knew my daddy was going to go get drunk. And then by Saturday, he was going to be beating my mama. And it wasn't nothing I could do about it. So I think that's why I say people need to be very cognizant of what they allow to go on in their household. And I'm not trying to give anybody any excuses, but this affects these children. And boys are taught to internalize stuff. They're taught to internalize. So they start holding all that stuff in. It's going to come out in aggression. They'll start doing drugs. They'll start looking up to somebody else. Okay. Because they don't ever want to feel that fear and stuff. And so they start beating their girlfriends, even though they know what happened to mama. They didn't like what happened to mama, but they've seen it so much. They feel like this is a way of, like, this is correction. Mama kept going back. Okay. So, that's why I say we have to be careful about what we expose our kids to. That's the reason why I'm very serious about as far as that situation with King with finesse two times. I don't think nothing good could come out of that. Finesse two times. I mean, King needs to be with somebody that is going to let him have a childhood. I don't give a damn what he has seen. Because I hear people say, well, King has seen it all. He can't have no childhood. How in the hell you gonna tell me a 10-year-old baby can't have a childhood? King needs some counseling, and he needs to be put into a nurturing home, a nurturing atmosphere, so he can be taught to be a child. Because contrary to what one may believe, as much as he may know, he around a bunch of older dudes that are street dudes that could think circles around him. He ain't lived but 10 years. 10 years ain't no time. Joel Oscar says, just people would say a misbehaving child just needs a whooping, and that's not right. A lot of these girls that's out here selling their bodies and things of that nature, it is because they have been molested and raped. People don't want to talk about that, but it is the truth. It is something that they have grown used. They think it's okay. They think it's okay. That's the reason why I don't give no man no slack that violate women in no way. Like when I feel like that's one of my pet peeves. Like I will go to the end of the earth to make sure that a person that has violated me and impeded on my privacy get what they deserve. That's the reason why these hackers are not going to get off. I got the endurance of Job. You are not going to impede on my privacy and hack my stuff and be able to look at they looking at getting these hackers to hack into your camera on your TV. Yeah, these YouTubers doing that to watch you in your house in the privacy of your home. And what I can't understand about some of these women when they helping to dox, do they know that these men have backgrounds of sexual misconduct with children and women, and you doing it for some money? Now you got to go to jail. They hacking into your phones to look at your little grandkids and stuff because they got fetishes for babies, and women participating in this. Have y'all seen a lot of these people background? I ain't talking about the shit that y'all can pull up on the internet. I'm talking about the shit that they have tried to have expunged, because it's never expunged with the police department. I have. That's why I know these people are sick on here. And it bothers me to know that women have become so I guess dehumanized that they would actually help to participate in this under the guise of I'm being down, or I hate other women, or I want some money. Y'all better know what y'all doing when y'all hacking and selling these folks people's information. Y'all better know what y'all doing. Because one thing about it, when these folks go down, they're going to tell exactly who sold them the information. And if you got any type of license, you got any type of job where you can you can go deeper and get more information on a person that will be on the internet, you're going to be in more trouble than anybody. Not to mention, they're going after whatever it is that you worked hard to get, like your license. I'm talking about the feds. And all of this, people put themselves in jeopardy of losing their freedom, being away from their children. For these folks ain't gonna be away with the types of crimes that they have done on here for no 1 or 2 years. These folks going away for 10 and 15 years. Well, I didn't know he was a pedophile. I know I was wrong for selling the information. That ain't gonna be good enough. Some of these people have mental illnesses where they kill women. Y'all better look at, but a lot of y'all can't see what's expunged, because you wouldn't be, you can't get that type of information unless you on the inside, unless you got somebody that works in a position that could call another state and say, send me that expunged record. Um, James and Irish Strange says to have a child in your home, you have to go through the courts, even if that child is your own relative. That's true. That's why I say King Mama talking about she want to get King back. King is 10 years old. How come King Mama can't go and tell Finesse, give me my child? It's something wrong. The reason she can't do that. It's something that's weird about that. A mama can't go to somebody and get her 10-year-old child. I don't know. I mean, I don't know where they can't do that at in nowhere in the world. Right. King's brain has not fully developed enough to comprehend what he's seeing. Absolutely, Kevin. Yeah, but like I said, it's a shame. It is. It's a shame, like what goes on. Like I don't violate people. I don't. I don't want to know about nobody's life. I don't want to know nothing about nothing I ain't paid to do. And we have limits. There are laws on what we can do. I sure ain't get ready to hack. I was telling the investigator, I feel completely violated. I stay walking around with no clothes on in my house, but I am in the privacy of my own home. Yep. She must have lost custody when she went away. Well, who has custody of him? And it's sad to say, but King may have been exposed so badly and long. If put in an environment with children his age, he would corrupt them. That's you're right, Joy Loves God. That's why I say he's gonna have a lot of counseling and stuff because he has been overly exposed to a lot of stuff. He has. He's been exposed to a lot of stuff. It's sad. I hate that. I be hating to see that when it comes to children. God knows I do. I be hating to see it, but it's happening, and people don't think twice about what they do to children now and what they do around kids. They don't think twice, y'all. What is wrong with people? His grandmother, but she is very sick and can't look after him. Oh wow. I don't know what to say, y'all. There has to be some reconciliation with our community. I know I be fussing and stuff all the time, but I have a passion for the Black community, and I respect all communities because I love studying other communities as I have, and I see why other communities are winning, and I see why our community is not winning. And when it's all said and done, I love Black men so much, as those that are not violating, because I understand how talented Black men are. Okay, they're supposed to be the head because they Black men were on this, they were the original people. Okay, that's nothing against no other race. That's fact. Jesus walked around Ethiopia and all those places were nothing but Black people. But yet and still, I feel like Black men are going to have to take their position back on the throne, because until they do that, everything is going to still be out of order in our community, because they are the heads. They supposed to be the head. But you don't qualify to be the head if you're not doing what a leader does. A leader is supposed to lead. A leader is supposed to make good decisions. A leader ain't going and getting stoned and high and being on crack and beating their women and trying to make their women feel a certain way and not taking care of their children. You don't qualify. And when you don't qualify for something, that means that you can't be that. But until there is some reconciliation with the Black man and the Black woman, everything is going to continuously be out of order in the Black community. That's the reason why you even have people in back rooms, execs that don't look like us, that have Black men to promote disrespecting Black women, because they understand that Black women are truly, especially when they're, and even damaged women can be repaired. Black women are the blessing as it becomes to, as it becomes to as it relates to Black men. That's the reason why a man can have a dream and get with the right woman, and then he could go be a millionaire, because she helps to make it better. Okay. But until, there's some reconciliation, there's too much hate, there has been too much division, and a lot of Black men feel like that they are supposed to try and hurt Black women. Black women are not bitches and whores. These are women that have carried you. Okay. Black women, we gave birth to a lot of, I haven't had men but boys, but Black women gave birth to every Black man just about out there. Okay. So there has to be some reconciliation for him to start winning, because being disrespectful to Black women, finding ways to work with other people to try and hurt Black women, they're gonna continuously be getting shot down like dogs and gutted out like fish, until they realize who the blessing really is and obtain his favor from the Most High. Get your woman treated right and watch and see, you won't be able to keep blessings from coming down, especially if you take your rightful position on the throne and provide and protect your woman and your children. But people be getting mad at me. They don't want to hear that. She talking against Black people. Well, somebody got to tell the damn truth. I'm not gonna put no pacifier in the Black community's mouth. That's the reason why our community is behind now. Everybody want a damn titty in their mouth. They want to pacify. They want a bottle. If you 30, 40, 50 years old and you still need a pacifier in your mouth, you still sucking on breast milk, you retarded. You got a damn birth defect. Okay. But a lot of these men don't understand if they treated that woman right and wasn't trying to play games, his life would be so blessed. And not just with her and treating her nice because he see the blessings that's on her life and he wanna use her, but because he truly loves her. Love breeds love. Okay. That's right. The black woman is the earth. From her, the universe was born. That's absolutely true. It's something to me how I saw Puffy start putting into the atmosphere that Latino women were the exotic ones. And don't get me wrong, Latino women are beautiful. Latino women got the features that they have because they come from Africans. Okay, let's just get that out in the open right now. They were just taken to other islands and was mixed with a little other stuff. And the reason why they're called Mexicans is because they was mixed with a little bit of other stuff. And they didn't want to be called Africans. The reason you see a lot of Italian women with them big hips and stuff is because there was a slave port. Okay. And they have that olive complexion because they come from slaves too. Okay. But Puffy's tried to usher into the atmosphere that Latino women and all other women were the exotic ones when black women have always been the exotic ones. Everybody try to be like us. They go get the lips. They make us feel bad about having big lips, but people go and getting lip injections. We've always had hips and asses, and they made us feel bad about that. Now they going getting butt implants. But they try to make black women think that they're the ugliest thing that there was when black women are so beautiful, come in all different shapes and sizes and shades. Okay. That's the reason why when people go, they made me feel a certain way about being dark skinned. I've never felt nothing but being beautiful with my dark complexion. And I go, well, it goes both ways because I raised a one of both of my daughters are fair skinned, but I got one that's very fair skinned, and she was made to feel a certain way for being so light complected. I used to have to always talk to my child. Okay. So that's the reason why you're supposed to teach a person no matter what the shade of their skin is, they are beautiful. But unfortunately, especially with a lot of black men, they was taught the closer that a woman is to white, the better she is. Okay. When all women are beautiful. You see Demon close, Demon on here, Demon closer to white than a white than a white woman can get. Okay. And all women are beautiful. You don't hate on her because she's fair, she's almost white, or somebody because they're dark and lovely. Like I don't understand how our community have just allowed that what is it that syndrome to keep us to divide and conquer us all down through the years. Okay. That Willie Lynch syndrome. A golden arrow says, I have some friends that only date red bones. Believe it or not, in New Orleans, and I'm not picking on New Orleans, but in New Orleans, they was taught that regardless of what you look like, you can have a banana nose. You was the cream of the crop, and they still have that mentality if you are light complected. If you listen to Lynn Whitfield, she came from out of Louisiana. She says that her aunties and her mother always taught her never date anything darker than a paper bag. And she said, unfortunately, they still have that mentality. And so when they get through talking about when folks get to hollering about I'm Creole. I'm Creole. I'm better because I'm Creole. I said when them New Orleans police officers pull you over and go book you, what do you put down as your race? Black. I said, oh, okay. Do they treat you any different? No, they even call me a nigga. I said, oh, okay. But you have the nerve to think that you're better than other black people that are darker complected than you. Okay. That's why I say our community needs some help. Cause I ain't never let nobody let me make me feel bad. Okay, Eldrin. Okay, well, I thought I said some men. Didn't I say some men? I I that's what I thought I said. That's what I thought I said. If it does not apply to you, what are you upset about? They do not care. Waste of oxygen. I hear a lot of guys say that black women aren't obedient and have too much talk back. Well, you know, some people when they have an agenda, they will be obedient until they get have two kids and be able to take you to the damn cleaners and get all your money. They'll be obedient as long as see, I think men got it twisted. They get to talking about black women. I'm First of all, dogs are obedient, okay, not women. And they get to hollering about, she too emotional, she fuss, she do this, she do that. Well, when he is the cause of it, most times, okay. So they want somebody that's quiet, that's going to be obedient until they get, especially if he's got something, until they set themselves up to be able to, you know, um, get whatever it is that they had their eyes on anyways. Okay, but he's sitting up talking about a black woman that truly loved him was fussing because she was fussing. First of all, she shouldn't have to fuss for him to treat her right. And I think a lot of black women need to get away from that. If the nigga won't do right, send him on his damn way. We don't need to be fussing and going at it and fussing and arguing with a person that know he doing wrong. So let him go get a white woman, and especially if he got some money and she had two kids by him and she obedient. And after 5 years, she invested, and then she take his ass to the cleaners. He'll be wishing for that woman that truly loved him, and all she was doing a little fussing and nagging because she wanted him to treat her right. Okay, I remember I was talking to this guy. I'm not gonna say his name. He had played for the Seattle Supersonics. Okay, and we were just friends. And when we would talk on the phone, he would always say Italian women. Because see, when he after he played in the NBA for like 13 years, and then after that he went and played overseas for like 3 years. And then he ended up living over there for a while, and then he moved back. And he would always say, Italian women is. I mean, you could tell he just you could tell he just love Italian women, but you can't be mad at somebody for their preference. But he would always talk about Italian women, Italian women. So I got curious. I said, well, let me ask you something. Do you still got any of that NBA money? Huh? I said, because you're talking about how you've always loved dating Italian women. that's your preference. I said, back in Memphis, they got some Italian women around Memphis. Why you ain't dating what you prefer? Well, I think you're a beautiful black woman too. I said, but do you got any of that money? Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna lie, I trusted people and I made some bad investments and I did this and I did that and I gave family members money. Now I'm living off my pension. I mean, his pension about 75,000 a year. That's more than most people make it. But he ain't had nothing. I said that to say this. He was in all the Italian women spent all the money. That's his preference. And so black men got to stop doing that. But then when they down and out, because he always talk about his ideas. Well, can you help me do this? You can write real good. You can speak real good. Can you guide me on this? He wanted me to help him to get back on his feet so he can start making some more money and go back and get him an Italian woman. I blocked him. Because just like the Italian women didn't want him without no money, I don't neither. I think a lot of myself too. Okay. And now women have this saying, now black men are toxic. How you feel about this term? Uh, all black men are not toxic. That's not true. It's a lot of good black men. I'm not gonna say that. All black men are not toxic. It's some good black men out there. They're good and kind. Now, I'm not talking about narcissistic black men that are liars and don't do right. And then when the woman decides she don't want to put up with his shit no more, he plays victim. Woe is me. I can't get nobody to love me. Motherfucker, you got 2-3 women and you playing. That's a narcissist right there. Not that kind. And my mother is a red bone, high yellow. But when I was a little girl, my mother always told me I had a piece of shit color shaking my head coming from it. Like, oh wow. All women are beautiful. All different shades. Like, and you have to understand people like different stuff about folks. People like different things about people. Is there some good black men out here? Because I'm old school when it comes to women. I only treat my wife with love and much respect. That's awesome. Oh wow. I tell you. Um, I hope my son be with a brown skin woman. Thank you, Joy Love Sky. Yeah. All women are beautiful. They are. That's the reason why, I be looking at some of these women. I go, dog, a lot of these women are so beautiful. One of my friends, who is you look at some of these women on YouTube. It's a lot of pretty women on YouTube that don't know their value. That don't know their value. I hate that they allow these men to send them out to do certain things. It's a lot of pretty women on here, and I'm talking about in our community. These black girls, they're pretty. Could actually, if they put their mind to doing something legit, they can go. They got the gift of gab. Like a lot of these folks, that that's involved in some of this stuff, that have been brought up in some of this stuff. You have the opportunity to look at one of the investigators talking about how pretty some of these women are on here, some of these girls that's involved in a lot of these schemes. You go, dog, you know, they could do anything legitimately. The men would patronize them anyways. You know what I mean? Because they're pretty. You be able to walk into something, and especially having the gift of gab, you could legitimately get whatever you want to. But instead, they put themselves in a position where they're going to have to go away because they decided to go another route. And that's not good for their children, not good for them, because a lot of them are so talented. You get to watching some of them, you go, dog, man, what with the gifts and stuff that they have, what's going on? But it's a lot of pretty girls on here, really. And I'm talking about from my age on down. Yeah, they have it does. It comes from low self-esteem. I'm telling you, one of somebody in law enforcement said, "Damn, need some good-looking women." And they letting these men use them like this and put them in a bad position like this. But I guess in order, when people are scamming, this is something that they already, been into. I don't know. But it definitely comes from low self-esteem. They got gifts. These men wouldn't be trying to use them if they didn't. They should know their self-worth. When women are pretty, I don't have no issue with saying it. I'm not gonna say she ugly, her lips too big, this, and that. I don't do that. I mean, I guess I'm one of the ones. All women are beautiful, but when women are nice looking, they just are nice looking. Who we're child. Some of these females on YouTube really have low self-esteem. Black women are the most beautiful women on the planet. I agree, Elgin. Absolutely. I absolutely agree. I've seen some ugly dudes pull some pretty women all because they had the mouthpiece. Gift of gab was on point. Yeah. Yeah, I hate being light skinned. Chocolate women are so beautiful. Light skinned women are beautiful too, Michelle. I used to know my daughter, let me tell you something. My baby was picked on because she was light skinned. And she used to always say, Mom, they always ask me, why you so light and your mama so dark? My oldest, and I'm telling you, my oldest daughter had issues. And so as she got older, I'm talking about Juki Fruit's mama. She would only, for a long time, she would only date real dark skinned men. She would always say, when I get mama, when I get married, when I grow up and I get married, I'm gonna marry a real dark skinned man so I can have a dark skinned baby. So they won't have to go through what I've gone through. Of course, we know Juki, her baby's dad is not dark skinned, you know what I mean? But I'm glad that my baby grew out of that, because I'm telling you, they try to traumatize my child. I see how these parents and stuff be getting sometimes when they love their kids, they be getting into stuff. Y'all gonna leave my baby alone. Cause I was that mama. Oh no, they're gonna leave my damn baby alone. So that's why I say it comes from both ends. I hear a lot of dark skinned women talk about the issues that they've had, but on the other end, because I experienced that with my girls, especially my oldest, I see where light skinned women have issues too. They're made to feel bad for being fair skinned, and that's not fair. That's not right. That's true. That light skin versus dark skin. That's so sad. I never feel bad about being chocolate. There's so much stuff. Like if I have a scar or something on my arm, it ain't gonna hardly show up because of this chocolatey. The only thing I know is if you know, men that I've dated in the past and whoever I date in the future, they just gonna have to like eating a whole lot of chocolate, dark chocolate. It's sweet. That's all I know. That's it. That's all. If they don't like dark chocolate, then go get you a vanilla wafer and leave me alone. It ain't no love lost. Just go on. Um, yes, ma'am. I used to get called a white girl in school all the time, and I talk white. It wasn't good growing up. That's what used to upset my daughter when they would call her a white girl. And I remember she used to have a fit, even when her little cousins would do it. I remember one time we was in the car. I'll never forget, and my baby girl was into it. And my baby girl would say, "Mama, please let me call her white. Please let me call her white. Mama, please let me call her white." When they would be arguing and stuff, because she knew it upset my oldest daughter. She would say, "Mommy black, Granny black, Mama black." They call my grandma Mama too. My sister to call my sister name, she black, and Nuki white when they would be fighting with each other. Mama, she called me white. I mean, it happened all the time. I'm serious. The good ones are dead. Where they at? He's somewhere stuck in the ditch. Yeah, but I can't understand how black people feel a certain way about let other communities. I'm talking not all. I'm talking about races. Like it's not the regular everyday white people. There is a power structure that controls everything that does this. Okay, and we just kind of take it out on the everyday white people when all white people are not racist. Let's just get that straight. It's a lot of they are not all white people. Okay, but I can't understand how we let them put this narrative um um in the media and make us feel bad about being dark skinned when you have other races going and getting tans. They've been doing it forever trying to have dark skin. Us feel bad about having big lips when you have other races going to get implants. And just like they're trying to be like us, and then we go and try to be like them. Okay, I guess with the because I wear the Remy hair, and I got my but I'd wear the Remy hair though because it's just easier for me because I got my own hair. Um, and we go and try and do everything to try to be like other communities because we let other communities make us feel bad about being who we are while they spend millions of dollars to try to look like us, that's why I say people just have to love themselves. I would never tell my child that's still living in this cold world. I would never tell my child that's still living in the colorist world. Humans are the silliest beings on earth. You never hear dogs arguing over silly, and dogs are much more humane, really. Dogs really mourn and they're very loyal. If they're in a pack and something happened to one of those dogs, they are going to stay there and mourn that and try and protect that dog. Big facts. Same time, if the ones who is racist, man, it's a lot of black people in foreign countries. Also, check out Ace Live on YouTube. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was thinking about something. Y'all know I love animals. I be looking at like for the last couple of days. I got to get out today and go work, but like for the last couple of days, I've been so happy just looking at Whales. Y'all, it's something about them whales that makes me happy. And it makes me mad because I'm really fascinated with lions too. Y'all know I love lions a lot, but I'm very fascinated with like killer whales. And killer whales do not kill humans; they kill other whales. That's why they call killer whales. The ones that look like the dolphins, they have so much personality. They are so smart, and I love looking at the animal planet, how smart like planet animals are in the water world, but whales are like, now sharks are evil. Like they eat anything, okay, humans and all, but whales are not like that. I love whales so much. They got personalities. They like for you to rub them. They just awesome. And to see how humans are integrating and going in the water and kidnapping them, it hurt me so bad. I was looking at this documentary where they start kidnapping the whales to take them to like water world and put them in those tanks, and those whales get depressed. They're in those little tanks where they're just constantly, that depresses them. They're supposed to be out in the ocean and stuff, traveling. Like it's not even good for them. And like um a lot of those whales had started rebelling and killing some of the trainers and stuff, taking them underwater and dragging them because they what had gotten depressed. But they was kidnapping the baby whales, and it was a family of whales in their water, and they swam 600 miles behind that boat, that ship that had kidnapped that baby whale, y'all. That hurt me so bad. And they took their whale and put it in water world. That's just evil. Humans are destroying the damn earth. That's the reason why I don't give a damn about when a lot of them go down there in the water and they beat the hell out of them down there. They ought to stay out of the water and leave those animals alone. Stop trying to intrude and trying to trying to make animals, you know, like humans. Let them animals live their life. I love the whales. If they go down there with their cameras and stuff just to show us how it is, but to go down there and mess with them and all of that kind of stuff and try to steal them and put them in the zoo and all that, that makes me angry. Just like it was an African preacher, okay? A lot of people on my show got mad at me about this, but I did not give a damn. This African preacher had told his his people that God was, that he was God, and he was just like Daniel. So he went into the lion, and they put him in a cage with a lion, y'all. And don't y'all know they ended up having to kill the lion, because when they put him, when he talking about God was going to deliver him, he was going to go in the cage with the lions, and they were not going to do anything to him because he was like God, and the lions ripped him to shred. And don't y'all know they shot them lions? That hurt me. Why he take his ass in there? He went in there for them lions to strip him to shreds. And then they end up killing the lions. Y'all, this is evil. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with people. And I know folks say, but them lions, you wanted them to do that to him. He shouldn't have took his ass in there with them. Yeah, they try to play God. Leave them alone. They were meant to be wild. And don't you know, I was reading like years ago. I don't know how true it is. Lions did not eat humans. They were in their own mind, their own business. But when humans started trying to impede on them, started kidnapping their babies, killing their babies, they became very protective and started killing humans. That ain't hard to believe. At this point, right now, whales don't kill humans. But if they keep on stealing their babies, they probably gonna start doing it. You don't see them trying to steal sharks, because the sharks gonna bite the hell out of them. How they do brown dark complexion women is horrible. If I was a man, I'd treat them like queens. Well, Black Diamond, the only way that they don't have a choice but to treat any, because I'm a dark skinned woman. A man ain't got no choice but to treat me like a queen, or else we can't be together. He gonna have to go. He don't have a choice, and that's what dark skinned women are beautiful. She's still a woman. A man don't have a choice with my dark chocolate skin but to treat me like a queen, and if he try to violate me, I'm gonna get him put in jail, especially if I don't know him. And if he is with me, he got to go. Okay, it's either you gonna treat me right or else, especially if I allow you in my space. Hmm. That's right. You have to command respect. You're gonna treat me right or else. It's too many men out there that'll treat you right, and I mean, white men love black women too. I'm not against at this point women going and dating interracially. Get you somebody that's gonna treat you right. Okay. Yeah. Um. T, are you doing another live tonight? I want to hear what lives. If y'all want me to do a live tonight, I will when I get home, because I gotta go to the office today. Uh, I got some TV shows that I gotta record for some clients and edit, and yeah, because tomorrow I got boot camp. Ooh, 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 Lord, tomorrow I got boot camp. Lord, I get depressed when I think about that. I'll do a live tonight when I get home, though. Everybody wants to be black, but nobody wants that. You absolutely right, man. To be TV, everybody want to be black, but they sure don't want the problems that come with being black. That's so true. At least you care. My mother didn't care. Yeah, black women are beautiful. All women are beautiful. They got their own distinctive situation going on. I enjoyed last night too. Last night was a bomb live. It was. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Elgin. My mother thinks because she's light skinned, she's the best thing on the plantation. Really? Oh, wow. Last night was live and wow. Yeah, last night was off of the chain. We had so much fun, and it was we was able to vlog like in peace. We was able to vlog in peace, and I like that. Even we don't have to have 2 and 3 thousand people on. That'll happen when it's time, because everything has its timing. But I don't want no 2 3 thousand people on the live that's over here getting on my nerve, anyways. Running, trying to push different narratives. I don't go for that. I don't be trying to make people feel what I feel, but I know when folks are trying to go left, and I know especially as it relates to the young Dolph case, there are just a lot of people that's misinformed. It's up though, and we'll go make sure you go back and look at it. A lot of people are just misinformed as it relates to the young Dolph's case. But as I always say, one thing about this case is it has an ending, right? And so everything is gonna come out. That's one thing for certain. Everything is going to come out. And that's why I say whether you believe me or not, just be patient and don't get anxious because everything has to play out. Everything has to play out. Oh, yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. I don't know how many likes. Let me see how many likes we have. I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, I need 15 more likes. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. I need like 15 more likes. Please. I need like 15 more. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Oh Lord Jesus, y'all. I can't do boot camp tomorrow because I go get my tomorrow is my pamper day. I go get my hair and stuff done. They're not gonna sweat my hair out on the first day. At least let me wear it a day. Ooh. Oh, I ain't gonna be able I ain't gonna be able to go tomorrow. On Manabee TV, I had cut my mother off for 7 years. I didn't talk to her. I just started talking to her. I hope that you and your mother can reconcile y'all's relationship. I really do. I don't like seeing mothers, parents, and children at odd with each other. So I truly hope that those hurts and stuff can be resolved and talked out, and you and your mother can reconcile y'all's relationship. Who I really want justice for are Mia Adol the third, um, and Aria. Hopefully, I spell her name right. The jealousy that went into his plan was truly sad, all because he was doing business his way. Absolutely. That's what it was. They was jealous of him for doing business his way. That's just wrong how they did Young Dolph. It is absolutely wrong on so many levels what they did to him. It's just not right. It's just not right. Sometimes parents are jealous of their own children. Yeah. Well, anyways, you guys, we've been on here what, about 3 hours? Because my clock is wrong. Let's see how many hours. Yeah, we've been on here 3 hours, so I'm going to get off. I really enjoyed being on here with you guys because I need to do some more stuff before I have to go over to the studio and and get prepared to record their shows. But I enjoyed being today was good. I enjoyed being on here with you guys. As always, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. If I insulted anybody, because I know when I get to talking about, our community, it's time for our community to come out of bondage and we're our own worst enemy. It offends people, and I don't intend to offend people, but that's the truth as I see it, you guys. It is. It's the truth as I see it. Our community um has got to do better. Okay. Our community has got to do better. All right. I love you too, Manny BTV. So let's just make this clear. I love the Black community. I absolutely love our community. And I want to see our community come out of bondage. But in order for our community to come out of bondage, we're going to have to stick together and make our demands as it relates to the politicians. Just like they don't play with the other communities, if we stuck together because there's strength in numbers, we could definitely make our demands and make them redistribute a lot of that wealth. But the problem with our community is we don't want to see everybody come up and do well, because I think everybody should be doing well that wants to do well. In order for it to change, we're gonna have to change our mindset, okay? But I love you guys so very much. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back on tonight, okay? I love you guys. I'll